Welcome back to Do You Really Know Africa? Where we uncover the hidden gems of African history and culture. Today, we dive into the fascinating world of African writing systems. A journey that will change your perspective on the continent's intellectual heritage. Our story begins in the urban civilizations of ancient Africa, where writing was not just a tool for commerce and administration, but a profound way to materialize thoughts and turn them into acts. The Phoenician tradition might be well known, but the Egyptian tradition, where writing proclaims, protects, and magnifies, is where our journey truly starts. Consider the Palette of Narmer and the Recade of King Glele of Dahomey. These artifacts are not mere objects. They are testament to the power of writing in African societies, where words and graphics could influence the world. From the pictographic hieroglyphs of Egypt to the cursive scripts used outside temples, African writing evolved. This evolution wasn't just about form. It represented a deeper conception of writing as an instrument for acting on the forces of the world. A belief shared by many African peoples like the Bambara, Yoruba, and Dogon. Take, for instance, the Gurma divination system or the rich Ifa divination. These are not just symbols. They are sophisticated coded writings, forming a bridge between the divine and the human, the mystical and the practical. Ideographic writing is a marvel in African history. The work of M. Griaule and G. Dieterlen on Dogon and Bambara writing, and the Nsibidi script of the Igbo, are prime examples of how ideas and concepts were communicated through intricate symbols. As we move through history, we encounter the Tafinek script of the Tuareg, the Nubian script influenced by Coptic writing, and the Ethiopian scripts linked to Sabaean script. Each system tells a story of cultural interactions and intellectual evolution. In West Africa, the Vai script emerged as a unique system, demonstrating that the concept of writing was not alien to the continent but was an integral part of its diverse cultures. The story of African writing systems is a saga of ingenuity and adaptability. From the sands of Egypt to the forests of West Africa, writing has been a powerful tool for expression and influence. This journey through the graphic tradition of Africa challenges many preconceived notions, inviting us to look beyond the surface and appreciate the continent's rich intellectual heritage. We now delve into yet another topic that has long intrigued and divided societies: the concept of race. But how does this apply to the diverse continent of Africa? Let's find out. The idea of race has often been linked to physical characteristics like skin color, hair type, and skull shape. Yet, these external traits have proven to be unreliable markers for categorizing humans. Why? Because of the vast diversity and overlap in these features. Take skin color. For example, there's a spectrum ranging from very light to very dark. But where do we draw the line between black and white? The truth is, such distinctions are more arbitrary than we might think. When we look at genetics, the story gets even more complex. Many scholars have shifted their focus from physical appearance to the frequency of certain genetic traits, like blood groups. This approach, however, is not without its challenges. Interestingly, certain blood factors, like the R chromosome, are more prevalent in specific groups, such as Black people south of the Sahara. But other factors are found universally across all human groups, blurring the lines we once thought were clear. If we consider the genetic makeup of different African groups, we encounter surprising connections. The Pygmies and San of Africa, for instance, are genetically closer to Europeans, despite their phenotypical similarities with the blacks of New Guinea and Australia. This leads us to an astonishing revelation by researcher R.C. Lewontin. Within nations, 85% of genetic variation occurs, whereas only 7% of variation is found between nations or races. This suggests that there's more diversity within so-called racial groups than between them. This diversity challenges the very notion of race. As scholars like J. Rafi have pointed out, the human species has become increasingly polytypic, adapting to diverse environments. But as we develop culture and technology, we're moving towards a monotypic species, less dependent on our environment. The idea that race is more of a social construct than a biological reality is gaining ground. For instance, Bentley Glass argued that the genetic difference between white and black races is minuscule. UNESCO further declared race as more of a social myth than a biological phenomenon. In Africa, the blending of Arab, Berber and black populations has created a kaleidoscope of physical diversity. This is evident in groups like the Tuareg, Haritan, and Somali, showcasing the significant role of geography and cultural intermingling in shaping our identities. The African continent, with its rich tapestry of ethnicities and cultures, exemplifies the historical primacy of culture over biology. It's a testament to the shared human journey, one that probably began on this very continent. So, what can we take away from this exploration of race in Africa? It's that the continent's diversity is a powerful reminder of our shared humanity, transcending the simplistic and outdated notions of race. It's culture, not biology, that truly defines us. Thank you for joining us on this enlightening journey through Africa's complex tapestry of human diversity. Remember, the next time you think of race, think of the rich, intricate, and interconnected human story that Africa tells us. Until next time, keep exploring and challenging what you think you know about Africa.